decades, a Georgia couple endured their worst nightmare. Their two oldest children were kidnapped in 1989. Then last week, there was a break in the case. The alleged abductor arrested in California. We're going to talk with the couple in just a moment. But first, NBC's Chris Jansen on a journey that is far from over.
Debbie and Mark Baskin arrived in San Jose from Georgia. 20 years of prayers finally answered.
Right now, we're just rejoicing in the fact that we know they're alive.
In 1989, their 8-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son vanished, allegedly abducted by Debbie's parents. For 2 long decades, the Baskins wondered if their children were even alive.
Because my father had said he would kill them before he ever let us see them.
Her father, 73-year-old Marvin Maple, now charged with kidnapping. His life on the run over. Authorities say he had changed the names of Christy and Bobby Baskin to Jennifer and Jonathan Bunting, homeschooled them, told people they were his children. But when a San Diego newspaper retold the kidnapping story in this article, Maple read it online.
Apparently, it made Maple angry, and he began talking about it.
Talking at his local hangout, the Southside Cafe, and someone told police. Maple and his wife, who died several years ago, believed the children were being abused, allegations investigators never substantiated. So the Baskins flew to California not knowing what their now grown children had been told all these years, or if they would want to see them.
We want to show them that we're serious about a reunification and getting back, reestablishing a relationship with them.
There is much to reestablish. The Baskins have 2 more sons. And with one prayer now answered, they have another.
This is your family. These are your aunts. These are your uncles. These are your cousins. And we are all praying that you will want to talk to us.
For today, Chris Jansen, NBC News, Los Angeles.
And Debbie and Mark Baskin are with us exclusively. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Debbie, if I can start with you, it has been 20 years that you didn't know where your parents were, didn't know where your children were, didn't know if your kids were dead or alive. How did you survive this day to day, just emotionally?
I survived because of Jesus Christ. We've had so many people in America and across the world praying for us and just remembering us. And when you have faith, you have hope. And we've hung on to that hope and the memories and lovely, lovely people. We've been very blessed with just so much support all these years. And people don't realize, but a kind word can just make somebody's day and keep you going. And
Mark, what efforts were made over the years?
How we've done it.
Sure, Debbie. Mark, what efforts were made over the years to try to find the kids?
Well, we had private investigators early on. We had a lot of effort by the FBI. And I might mention also that we had a very well-exposed media coverage, including Unsolved Mysteries here on NBC. And that helped a lot in getting early leads. And in a way, after these 20 years, helped lead to this finding of the children.
Well, it is now. We flash forward 20 years, and you found out last week that indeed, Deb, your dad had been located. Your children, now adults, were living in the San Jose area. You guys flew out there to try to see them, to speak with them, either in person or on the phone. But to date, you have not been able to do that. Do you know why?
I think they're kind of spooked.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you suddenly realized the last 20 years of your life have been a lie? And it's been probably very hard for them. And we realized that. We came here thinking that this very well could be the case, but we came anyway because we want to see them. We want to reestablish our relationship with them.
I know that you're working with a psychologist to try to reestablish that relationship. Has the doctor had any success?
Well, he hasn't been able to get before them. I mean, his job won't start until they resurface, and that's going to take some time. And these spots like this on TV will help that, I think. I think with time they'll begin to realize that that they do need to reach out to us.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very confused at this point. Debbie, your dad, Marvin Maples, was extradited from California to Tennessee to face these kidnapping charges. Did you speak to him at all before he left?
I tried to. The detective Sharp tried to arrange that, but my father refused to see me, so I did not get to speak to him.
What would you want to say to him?
I wanted to tell him that that I had forgiven him, but that there are consequences to actions, and that he was going to have to deal with those consequences now. And I also wanted to tell him that he had tried to destroy me and our family, but we've not let this define our lives. We have 2 sons. We've adopted a son, and I wanted him to know that his plan did not totally work, and I wanted to see him. I hadn't seen him for 20 years.
And now when you're leaving tomorrow to go back home, if you don't speak to your children, hopefully in the near future, Debbie and Mark Baskin, thank you so much.